I was talking to somebody online, and I don't want them to think that I perceive them as being manipulative, because he just didn't understand English and he thought it was a matter of opinion, like you can have your preference. And I was like, no, what you're conveying is something that every time, and when you're talking to English speaking Americans, they're always going to perceive this. It's not a matter of preference, and because if somebody is not proficient in English, they can usually get away with a lot more than somebody who is proficient in English. And here's an example, right? He was saying how everybody needs allies. Everybody needs, and he was telling me like, like I can't do this, this, and that, what I mean, because I doesn't have resources. And if people has resources, they can do whatever they want and go anywhere. And I have to really take a long time and to tell them that, are you talking about new money? Are you talking about freed up liquid capital? Are you because you're just saying money. You're not saying a figure of money. You're not saying a measure of an amount of money that you think that you can do something with, which is more interesting than you just telling somebody what you don't have and what you need, because I already understand it. Everybody loves this shit. But, in one instance, you would think that nobody's listening to you. But if you started to tell them what you think you can do with a set amount of money in a certain amount of time, I have to be interested. You don't not understand, and you don't get to tell me that I'm not going to be interested in that. And instead, I would just like to listen to people telling me what they can't do because if they have resources. I've already heard that conversation before. Or somebody like, haha, that would be funny if I sell you, or if you sell me a precious heirloom for a nickel. Like, that's a joke everybody makes. Because they're, on one end, they're joking. On the other end, they're not joking. Okay, so comedy takes the hit. Now, you can look across the lands and everybody's telling the same fucking joke. Nobody's funny. Because they have to hit that, so they have to, it's like this, I had to check and see if, because there's some people out there on the internet or something that might go for that. They might follow through with that. Like you're going to just send me a trade offer for a valuable NFT, right? Looking at trade offers and they're all garbage. Then you go to a message board on some text stream and it's like, oh, you got one of those, like, I'll buy it from you. How much you want to offer? I'll give you a nickel. It's like a big joke. That is not a good example. But there are some examples of where, like, people can joke around at the same time not really joking. Because on the internet, it's the Wild West. In Web3, there's going to be some people who can't evaluate assets and don't know what they have. They can't see what it does. They don't know the function or what it's going to do. Then the value that it has for you is different for the value that it has for somebody else, because you're going to deploy it. You're going to use it to some, and those are people that think that these are all just gifts and that they have no value. You know what I mean? So you might just want to check, but see, at the same time, I'm only interested in people that are talking about what I'm talking about. If people doesn't know what they have, I'm not listening. If they don't know it's not, If they don't know what, then I'm not talking to them, because I already bought mine, and I'm now more interested in how to implement and deploy my strategies in a game, on a platform. It's all games. The part where you withdraw money from the ATM, that's the culmination and the part that you can call a game. Because while the whole time we're playing games, the SEC is looking at us, waiting for us to not, to slip up and Start looking at it like a security. Because people, okay, no, stop saying people. It's so tricky. I can't even stay on in one topic. There's so much interest in trickery. And I gotta tell you, the only way that you're gonna be able to describe it, if you're to be um, is stupid. Because you're not using your brain if you're trying to manipulate me. Duh. That's stupid. That's, you know what I mean? If you call someone an asset as opposed to calling them an ally, then you're using the part of your brain that knows how to negotiate with different entities without demanding that I start a pact or you start a pact with me and you have to hate who I hate and like who I like, and then I can manipulate then in a way then I like can run shit, you know what I mean, in a way I can finesse you. If you call me an ally, but you think that everybody needs allies, so it's a matter of opinion, it's a matter of my preference. Okay, but you're going to be perceived as being manipulative, which some people are going to say you're stupid, but they don't mean that you're stupid. They mean, what if you're smart and you put your intelligence to the wrong thing? Then you're trying to fuck me. Then I just call you an idiot because nobody fucks me. Even if, I mean, that's just, hypothetical, hindsight is 2020. Sometimes you get manipulated, sometimes you get finessed, but twice the same way, it's not happening. So I'm going to only deal with assets. And if you can't believe me because I don't have a Grammy or $1 million, and you can't see why somebody that you called an ally, you just alienate. They think that you're trying to manipulate them. Now they're watching you. Now you think that, you don't understand. I don't get it. I'm a nice guy. Why don't they like me? Is it because I'm ugly? Thought I wasn't going to make a point. This video is so scatterbrained and out there that it's never going to make points. Don't listen to people like that. Listen to somebody who's going to tell you to go out and influence people by creating allies and making pacts with the right people so that you can fucking own them and have them in your pocket, okay? This is something you got to teach your son and daughters. Not the type of energy conservation and effective conveyance that you want to have when you want to work with somebody because of their intelligence, or maybe because of their consistency, or their skills, or something that they can contribute to a platform position. I'll call them an asset because they are, and you have to have a working brain in order to know why that's a good thing. Because there's informational resources too. And that's something that intellectually dishonest, gaslighting, gatekeeping motherfucking people cannot afford you to have. They can't almost believe in it, but it seems like they can't believe in it, but they're just telling you, like, I'll have you know. They're trying to social engineer on you right now. Okay. But when is it going to come to a point when you have to realize that manipulating me is stupid? When you step on my foot? When you smash down on my big toe? Because at some point in time, it's not a matter of opinion anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting fucked up by new information that's coming into the field of advancement, and it's causing it's whenever new information comes, it throws everything up in the air. And people who made pacts with allies, that's the point that they got to ride out on their laurels. They have to really die on that hill now. And If you think they won't, that's a trip, because I've seen people die on ridiculous hills and they will not come off it. They will not come off it. The NAP, the guy that I was just watching on the Crucible, who adamantly tries to argue that if you stand in the doorway of somebody's room and tell them that you can't leave, that you're not kidnapped, that you're not being detained or something like that. And it's because they want to be able to tell other people to go out and take shit from somebody else that they're, So you want to tell other people to go out and do something. You're not going to do it. You're not the one that's going to be mostly peaceful protesting. These people that are talking this shit are not the ones out there mixing the pee-pee with the poo-poo, putting their picket signs to the grindstone. You know what I mean? Putting their feet to the... They're not really out there canvassing and really hitting the pavement and really going out and doing arson and getting their caps pilt and shit, like by somebody putting out dumpster fires. No. But they do look like molesters too, though. It's just because I want to argue that they're just fucking stupid, and they want to debate whether or not it's a matter of a preference, and you just need to understand that when people are out here starting families and building their estates and trying to offer upward mobility and shit like that, you can't try and never fuck us. You can never try and fuck us. And I think that's the thing, that they're gonna be like stubborn, and they think it's a matter of opinion that you gotta adopt the non-aggression principle. But I need to defend myself at some point in time. Self-defense is an act of aggression. You're gonna step on my big toe, you're gonna get, I don't know, maybe if I can't fuck you up, I can poison. You always have to imagine there's something somebody can do to you. They could put lead in your wine on filings. They can put hemlock. They could put, just all kind of shit, and you just no taste. You know what I mean? It just, you drink and you can't taste, you can't smell it, and you're just all fucked up. Like, I don't need to come along and you don't have to fight. Fights don't matter. Even guns might not even matter if someone's brain, if they have a big ass brain and some skinny, weak little arms and shit, that might be somebody that you might want to hey, you might want to give them the respect, the dap, you know what I mean? Instead of looking at them, you ain't shit, because then that would just fucking, instead of having you know this or have you know that, they would just fucking move you out the way and ship you right the fuck off. Does that sound like tough talk?